A serious story to cover today. As some calling it, an open threat has been received. Mike Johnson has to rush in to aid Trump with a cryptic statement of desperate times call for desperate measures. What does that mean? And what is the potential impact on this administration? You can't believe how deep, how sordid, and how twisted this story is, and I'll bring it to you in just 1 minute.
Getting pretty ugly. House Speaker Mike Johnson issuing an open threat now, saying that Congress has authority to stop providing funding to federal courts. Listen to what the Speaker said just a little while ago.
We do have authority over the federal courts, as you know. We can eliminate an entire district court. We have power funding over the courts and all these other things. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and Congress is going to act.
Now, a lot of people are going to dismiss that until I give you the background of what that statement means. Because most don't realize what it means, and it all goes back to this court. And something you may not realize about this court, United States District Court to be more specific, out of the District of Columbia. You're all very familiar now with the chief judge of this court, James Boasberg, who I'm going to start with, but now we got to dig a little deeper now, don't we? Including Boasberg, you have 15 district judges, 5 of which take center focus in this story. A focus that, again, most don't realize until information starts breaking out. A third of all DC district judges were not born in the United States, but it goes further than that. I'm going to tie these associations together and their rulings, sometimes not only on January 6th, but now current rulings. Now, before I get there, huge favor from you. Many of you, again, said, I didn't realize I was unsubscribed yesterday, so thank you for double checking. That means the world to me. If you're new here, I'd love you to subscribe. This is the hard-hitting news we provide in a very black and white format, very difficult concepts slammed down into a format that's more palatable. So I'd love you to subscribe for all the support you've provided. I can't thank you enough for that. It truly keeps these lights and cameras on. Just like my sponsor today, Noble Gold Investments, helps to keep these lights and cameras on. And so to help support me, I'd love you to go to JustusKnightGold.com. I'm going to put it down below along with a phone number, 877-646-5347. It will be just down on the bottom. If you call there, make sure you say Justus Knight sent you. And this Noble Gold Investments alert, gold has surged 46% in less than a year, doubling the gains of the NASDAQ and S&P 500. But this isn't just another rally. Global reserves are shifting, exposing cracks in the monetary system. Investors are losing confidence in paper gold and demanding physical metal. And they give you all the guides necessary to understand exactly how to protect your retirement. Investors are losing confidence in paper gold and demanding physical metal, creating a massive gap between gold owed and gold available. But this isn't about how institutions broke another system. It's about how you can profit from it. Right now, Noble Gold Investments has a limited supply of investment-grade gold bars and coins available as banks scramble to fulfill their obligations. Haven't we heard that before? Pushing gold prices higher, you can profit. Small investors are already moving into physical gold, and Noble Gold Investments makes it easy for you to do the same. And right now, when you make a qualified investment, Noble Gold Investments makes it easy for you to do the same. Don't wait until it's too late. This beautiful 1/10 ounce gold coin will be added to your order for any qualified investment. Don't wait. To support me today, I'd love you to go to JustusKnightGold.com and turn their panic into your profit. Again, JustusKnightGold.com. Remember, there is always a risk to investing, no guarantees. But if anyone can help see you through that risk, it's Noble Gold Investments. Love you to go there right now. But now, let's get back to this broadcast. And that question, now, never on a job application, Does it come up where you were born? Of course not, right? But the President of the United States, to be very specific, the presidential birthright requirement of being a natural-born citizen. You're familiar with it. No person except a natural-born citizen or citizen of the United States at the time of adoption of this Constitution shall be eligible to the office of the President, period, right? So if the President has that requirement and the President is passing executive orders, then how someone without the same requirement can override the President should become a question, should take focus. And when you look at their rulings and their history, the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, the source of many of the cases interfering with President Donald Trump's authority, has 15 judges. And 5 of them were born outside the United States. Many of them have never been a judge before. But yet they're overriding President Trump's authority. Now, how in any normal world is that possible? Again, just the tip of the iceberg. I'm going to give you all the details, and this will weaponize your information. So anyone who argues against you, man, they won't be able to after this broadcast is concluded. So President, one set of standards. Court appears a different set of standards. Although no one is claiming that they were required, we have to question if maybe, is it possible they should be? Evidence that judges have seized control of our country. Barack Obama, federal injunctions by President. Barack Obama got 12. Donald Trump in his first term had 64. Biden had 14. Donald Trump in his second term, already only 2 months in, 15. Does that seem fair and equitable to you? The words they so like to use, it's only, of course, when it relates to them. Bringing us full circle, we're going to start with Boasberg, of course, who says, for documented Trent Argua members known to the Aurora Police Department, hold on, you can't deport these folks. Hold on, nope. Individual trials for each. But did he apply the same standard to those involved in J6? We can go through the history and find the answer pretty quick. You know who that is? That's Sarah Carpenter, ex-New York Police Department officer who breached the Capitol and was sentenced by Boasberg to 22 months in prison. And what was she carrying? A tambourine. Can't make it up. There's the sentence from Boasberg himself. Sentenced to 22 months in prison, 24 months of supervised release by U.S. District Chief Judge James E. Boasberg. I can go further. Don't worry about that. What did he use to convict him? Well, in this case, the law that was used, 1512C2, a weak tie at best, which, by the way, was overturned by the Supreme Court. Well, then it was okay to apply that law. But now Trump, who wants to use the Alien Enemies Act, oh, you can't apply that law. Aren't judges supposed to be impartial? I thought it was, right? They're not supposed to be partisan. They're supposed to be impartial. Boasberg's presided over 70 cases related to the January 6 events. His courts have been instrumental in determining the fates of those accused of participating, and his decisions have sparked ongoing debates about the appropriateness of the charges being applied. Judge Boasberg's ruling is his tendency to impose prison sentences on defendants regardless of circumstances surrounding their individual cases, using 18 U.S.C. 1512C2, the one that was, again, misused. Supreme Court rules that Biden DOJ misused obstruction law in January 6 cases. Let's not forget that. Activist Judge Boasberg then claims that the law is not enough. There needs to be more. There's a lot of laws still need to be made. He complained that no statute even made it a specific crime to storm the Capitol and interfere with the certification. He needed more laws. He needed to convict more. Well, almost for everyone except for one. You're going to be seeing red by the end of this broadcast when I tie this all together for you. I want to see in the comments if this level of detail, if you appreciate this, because I think it's critical to understand what's happening to President Trump right now and why Mike Johnson made the statement he did. Ray Epps, center of January 6th conspiracy theories, sentenced to a year of probation. D.C. District Court Chief Judge Boasberg ultimately sentenced Epps to a year of probation and $500 in restitution. Epps was allowed to appear for his sentencing via Zoom because of concerns for his safety. Was that level-handed justice there? Isn't it the scale, right? To me, that scale's tipped in one direction. But I'm going to make it worse for you. We're going to go back to this. A third of all D.C. district judges were not born in the United States statement, including many names you'll recognize. Judge Tanya Chutkin. I know. No experience as a judge whatsoever. Born in Kingston, Jamaica. Judge Amit Mehta. All names you're going to recognize. Born in India. No previous experience as a judge. And Judge Anna Cecilia Reyes. I'm going to cover the cases that they're ruling on right now for you. No prior experience as a judge. Born in Uruguay. And then moved to Spain. Again, not a requirement, but we have to call everything into question if they are overriding the executive branch, the President of the United States, who is set to a requirement that we, the people, demand of our presidents. But yet that demand could be overridden by those that aren't at that same standard. Who is Tanya Chutkin, the hardline judge on Trump's election case? You remember how many blocks she threw up, trying to stop him at every turn? Well, she's the same judge that allowed $14 billion in green bank grants to just continue forward. The order by U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkin prevents, for now, the Environmental Protection Agency from ending the grant program, which totaled $20 billion. What goes around comes around, huh? Maybe just a coincidence. By the way, she's also presiding over the biggest case against Doge right now, and Elon Musk. Now she's ruled on both sides on this one so far, but let's just pay attention to see what the final verdict will be, shall we? Because I'm all feeling warm and fuzzy now, right? Not at all. And either will you when I'm done. Trump's Justice Department seeks to shield President in January 6 civil cases. You know this is still going on. 2 Capitol Police officers sued Trump, claiming he was liable for their injuries suffered during the riot. 7 more police officers who were attacked and beaten during the Capitol riots sued the former president. 2 more sued the president. A longtime partner of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died after January 6 riot, filed a wrongful death suit against Trump. Those civil cases have since been consolidated and are pending for one of those judges I mentioned early on, Amit Mehta, who will preside over these cases. The judge who rejected all of Trump's requests to dismiss these lawsuits is on that list I showed you out of this district court. Jonathan Turley did a whole article on it. Thus, Mehta practically banished Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rhodes and 7 others because he told them that it couldn't come within 69 square miles of the nation's capital, a technicality, because Trump only granted them commutations. So again, J6, modern day. But let's go forward a little bit further, shall we? Same court. We're staying on the same court only. Biden judge blocking the military's trans policy donated thousands to Democrat candidates and causes. Judge Anna Reyes. On Tuesday, D.C. District Court Judge Anna Reyes granted a request from several trans-identifying service members to place a preliminary injunction on Executive Order 14183 and additional guidance related to the order signed by President Donald J. Trump on January 27th. The directive declared that the medical, surgical, and mental health constraints on individuals with gender dysphoria is inconsistent with the high standards for troop readiness, lethality, cohesion, honesty, humility, uniformity, and integrity. But the word inconsistent is the key word in there. Reyes' willingness to block Trump's order was evident throughout the case's prior court proceedings, so much that the Justice Department filed a complaint against the Biden employee for allegedly engaging in hostile and egregious misconduct. In its filing, the DOJ claimed that Reyes, who is reportedly a member of the LGBT community, contested the validity of Trump's order By disagreeing with the fact that there are only two sexes, according to the court transcript cited by the administration, Reyes said this executive order is premised on an assertion that is not biologically correct. There are anywhere near about 30 different intersex examples. 30. It's the numbers in the file. I can't say anything about it. So what is her play into January 6th also? Another judge imposing a ruling in a January 6th case. Judge Anna Reyes, once again, remembering the total tally at this time. In the 45 months since January 6th of 2021, more than 1,532 individuals have been charged in nearly all 50. Man, they were able to do a quick ban on that one, but stop the deportations. Oh, we're not done with the court yet. Amir Ali. His blog. Many postings, as you see here, about the Muslim travel ban, to be more specific, ruling against Trump. Born in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. The Supreme Court's contribution to the offense of flying while Muslim. He went on a long blog on this one. Obviously, this wasn't a complete victory for President Trump either. His claim that he obtained a unanimous 9-0 victory from the court is mere claptrap. On his reasoning, he has also obtained unanimous complete wins of the Fourth and Ninth Circuits, each of which also narrowed the injunctions against him. But the court may have been given daylight to some of the prejudice and intolerance that is very hallmark of the president's campaign against Muslims. Now, again, fair and impartial could be called into question on this. And the ruling that he upheld here against federal judge orders Trump administration to pay unlawfully restricted USAID funds. You start to see a pattern here? All out of the same circuit court? Leah Suknanen. I think I got that right. Born in Trinidad and Tobago. The judge who then orders one of the dismissed officials to be reinstated. In the ruling, overturning firing of the head of independent federal agencies, a federal judge has ordered the Grundman restored to her seat on the FLRA, restored a 2-1 Democratic majority on that board, at least for the time. Remembering, a third of them weren't born in the United States, not held to the same standard. So it's real important now we step back for a moment. Although there's no similar requirement to serve in the U.S. Supreme Court, either chamber of Congress, or in the president's cabinet, some believe the provision on presidential birth requirements was an attempt to foreign dominance of U.S. government. Particularly the military and the position of commander-in-chief, to assure the president was given the duly elected power to do his damn job. But yet now, these judges I've covered for you, 5 of which not even born in the United States, 3 of which I outlined, I think it's more than that, never being judges before, are overruling the man who we elected with a mandate for change. And they are unelected. They're appointed officials now ruling this country. I don't know about you. I didn't vote for him to run this country. Did you? Going back to Mike Johnson rushing in to aid Trump. With desperate times, call for desperate measures, and Congress is going to act. That statement probably makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? Because Chief Judge James Boasberg's courts decided that they're going to run the country for us. Some would call that a soft coup, just depending on how you use the terminology, huh? And in no way should it ever be deemed acceptable. And so we got many battles to come before I kick this into its full version. Again, if you haven't gone to restrictedrepublic.com, the website Lisa Haven and I created to give you all the extended news, this thing's going to go on for a while longer because a lot of things happening over the last 24 hours. And this broadcast, I chose to keep focused on one topic. But on every day of the week, I will give you all the news that matters, either here or at restrictedrepublic.com, which I hope you'll go to today. It's another means to support me. It means the world to me. And man, we're about to explode because what I warned everybody was coming. What is next? Unfortunately, history has proven violence. Never acceptable. But nonetheless, I am going to show you evidence after evidence as to why it's about to all explode. Because if they don't get what they want through the courts, they'll find another way to get what they want. And that is truly unfortunate. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.